It's just fantastic. Captain's Log, Subdate 210315.6. As we are now back on course, I've decided to take the scenic route to our next destination. This is because astrometrics have informed me that we'll be close enough to see a wormhole. This wormhole apparently goes near Morskar, and I want to test a few quantum torpedoes out, just to see how accurate it is. I'm sure many of you have heard of the channel JayStation, or user at least. This person has been known on YouTube for years, because the way they went about becoming successful, let's face it, gave them nothing but bad attention, but because of how they marketed their channel, they benefited from it anyway. The problem there is, it is at best short-lived and only really sought to cause more harm to the entire ecosystem of YouTube, which is exactly what he did, because it kept on happening where he did something fundamentally stupid and the rest of us had to pay the price for it. Over the number of years he's been on this platform, going so far as to reach 5.5 million subscribers, he has managed to, let's say, alienate himself from the YouTube community because he believed himself better than the community, above it even. Yet what he was doing damaged all of us, because he was only thinking of himself, which is exactly why he benefited from bad press, because for him it was good press, and in the context of how he benefited from it, there is no such thing as bad press, up until the moment you get demonetized, which did happen to him in 2020, but we are skipping ahead a little. To understand who JayStation is, I'm going to reel off a short list of the kind of content he produced. Tired, exhausted, redundant pranks that weren't actually pranks, but were instead lies told from his bottom. Oh, and Ouija board nonsense, 3 AM calls, yeah. The Ouija board one's interesting to me because I don't believe in paranormal, although I have been considering, for the sake of it, getting a spooky crewman of some kind. I do need a doctor after all, and Frankenstein seemed like a funny option. Herman Munster, maybe. With the Ouija board, he spoke to a number of well-known people that are no longer with us. More notably, Kobe Bryant and Etika. Are you starting to understand now why these went down like a lump of lead? Why many people for years called for not only his demonetization, but for him to be terminated. These kind of videos are utterly classless. I have written a list of things that best describe JayStation. Let's see. We have clickbait, liar, manipulator, shameless, clueless, successful, disgraceful, unoriginal, fake, tactless, bait, with zero morals. I think I've aptly summarized his channel. I know someone could quite cleverly say, Meg, doesn't most of that apply to you as well? Use a cartoon avatar. I mean, I am tired and unoriginal, I will concede, and very boring. Hi, I'm a Megon, and I'm dull. But the video is not about me, it's about JayStation. He's also quite reckless and reactionary. The reactionary aspect we will get to later. So last year he was demonetized and did in fact put out a 13-minute video called Goodbye, indicating that he was taking an indefinite break from the platform. And in that video he did concede that he got lost as a person in pursuit of success, not being certain also how long his break would be. It wasn't long for those who are curious, because he did create another channel where he did reaction videos. Unoriginal is applicable here, and the majority of people within the, let's say, YouTube ecosystem, the same system he tried to damage by being a selfish little twerp, are known for looking down on reaction videos because it involves stealing someone else's content and just uploading you and someone else, or you on your own, but I believe it was you and your girlfriend, laughing, or smiling, or shrugging at someone else's stuff. If it isn't obvious enough already, I'm not overly fond of reaction content. So I guess now we need to skip ahead over a year to what happened last week, where JayStation tweeted out, "Hello at Team YouTube, my account was terminated. Please help, I think it was done in error." Him then putting out another tweet, "I got an email from YouTube saying that because I made channel 666, They terminated all my accounts, and I can never have a YouTube again. Even though, when they banned JayStation, they said in the article that my 666 Dream Team channel was not affected, which is an interesting contradiction because he's also shown an image of it. Now that's demonetization related, and some do believe that this all comes because he tried to circumvent not only a ban but demonetization. He then tweeted, "I'm going to sue them. Crazy. Anyways, I'm done. Nothing I can do now." Are you starting to see the reactionary yet? Also, this picture underneath, it crops up a lot. He gets ratioed a fair amount too. Going on to tweet, "So I'm not allowed to have any channels because of my original channel, JayStation, at Team YouTube? This is not fair. I make reaction videos now and it's been so long." Fun fact, this is a rule they've had in place for years. If you've been banned from YouTube, you cannot own another channel. There are a number of creators who are incredibly successful who have been banned from the site but still exist on YouTube successfully because somebody else owns their channel. It is a rather interesting loophole. If you were smart, you would have given the channel to your girlfriend, but I guess that depends on the kind of relationship you have. I do recall you getting into trouble because one of your ex-girlfriends, maybe even this one, I don't know, went to the police because you allegedly harmed her. He then tweeted not long after, "Okay guys, been fun, peace." Then he tweeted the very thing I mentioned a moment ago. "It's not like there's 50 other YouTubers doing the same 3 AM videos I was doing and no problems, but I still switched my content and make reaction videos and they said my second channel was fine and they still banned it." He then reached out to another for assistance. He didn't get any. Team YouTube though, rather interestingly, they only ever give you lip service, but in this they didn't. They actually replied properly to him. He quote retweeted, "Well, you said originally you demonetized JayStation, but left my other account monetized. And it's over a year since all this happened. What changed your mind now?" The tweet in question that YouTube put out was, or Team YouTube, "Thanks for the tag. We sent you an email with details regarding your account being terminated for a TOS violation. Look out for that in your inbox. You can also respond directly to the email if you have any follow-up questions." Oh look, it is actually lip service. Nice. Jay, being the reactionary I earlier told you he was, then tweeted, "YouTube is the worst platform ever. Full of... well, I can't say that. Banning a kid's reaction channel. Can't believe it. Anyways guys, I'll let you know what happens when I sue them. But I'm not coming back. I've had nice ideas for money for a while now. Thanks for everything." The "I'm not coming back" part? Yeah, we'll remember that. Also, the image again, look. It's still there! This guy's on it. I might give him a follow. He then goes on to put out a 2-tweet statement. Within it, he tweeted an article, which we mentioned earlier, which actually covers the demonetization issue he had. I will say for the sake of it, because I haven't mentioned this yet, do I support him being demonetized? I can't say yes, because if I do that, then I support people being buried in an algorithm. My view is everyone should be monetized, and everyone should be allowed a channel. JayStation though really tests this. He has done that because of the utterly selfish way he went about things. In the context of bowing to advertisers, YouTube have very little in the way of choice. They have to do something and make an example. But they did let him keep his other channel, and it was monetized. So this is quite interesting. When Team YouTube paid him lip service with a tweet indicating a breach in TOS, that is the only way anyone can support him being deplatformed, because we all abide those rules, which is why many believe you were banned JayStation for circumventing this, even though you acknowledge you are not circumventing your ban. JayStation then puts out a 2-minute 16-second video on Twitter where he then says, "I'll come back to YouTube, but it won't be me." So you're not leaving at all, I see. Okay. That whole circumventing a ban thing. If someone does eventually realize who you are, if you do manage to become successful, is going to bite you on the arse. There was a follow-up bit. DJ Killer Keemstar tweeted out an image of the first tweet about being banned. JayStation, being the reactionary that he is, decided to post Keemstar's address online. Now yes, a lot of this has been public for a while, or pubic if you're going to believe Keemstar spelling, but it is still a ginormous dick move. YouTube commentary, YouTube ecosystem as a whole, does not like you, JayStation, and behaviour like that does you no favours. I cannot support what you did then. Does that mean I should still believe he should be deplatformed? I don't know what the TOS breach was, unless it was the circumventing a ban. That all said, I still do understand why YouTube demonetized you, and hopefully, given enough time, you might be able to come to terms with the reason why YouTube banned you. I know that you yourself mentioned it in a quote retweet about other channels that should also be terminated because of, and then insert their own individual circumstance that is nothing like yours. It's a false equivalence. So might I make a suggestion to JayStation going forward? If you want to succeed, you'll have to do it off YouTube unless someone else owns your channel. I would highly recommend you use alternative media. Now you might not reach the levels of success you've had on YouTube before you screwed it for yourself, but you can still carve out a little niche for yourself and then alienate yourself from the users of those respective sites. Unless it's Storyfire, in which case you'll probably just get rejected by McJuggernuggets. 'Cause it's you. Anyway, with this, I want to know what you all think. Do you think it sets a bad precedent, perhaps, or do you think YouTube did the right thing by abiding their own TOS? Do let me know in the comments down below. As a final thing, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch tonight. Hope to see you all there. If I don't, have a fantastic Monday. And thank you all for listening.